ABC Jeff here, back again. So, as promised in my last video, I wanted to go ahead and make a second one, break these up. This was a different trip. On Saturday, I don't know, we had made some plans to do some yard work. It was a fairly nice day. It's getting cold around here, dropped down into the 30s and 40s Saturday night, actually. So, but Saturday wasn't that bad. And so, my wife's like, what do you want to do today? And I'm like, I'd like to go out and get some yard work done. And so she came out and helped me. So we did that in the morning. But then I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this. And and plus I had a gig Saturday night. And I said, I don't want to like get too sore by doing a lot of raking and stuff. So I didn't want to overdo it. And I'm like, well, you want to, go somewhere or something? And so there's this code word. And it's funny how, your spouse, after you pick up on each other after a while, hey, do you want to go to that Thai restaurant? Now, there's two Thai restaurants, one right here in town and one in the next town over. I said, hey, do you want to go to that Thai restaurant in Norfolk, which is the next town over? She knew exactly what I meant because the Thai restaurant is literally within walking distance of the record store, which is the record store where I go and have gone to buy a lot of the unofficial releases. Bootlegs, if you want to call them. I like calling them unofficial releases because bootlegs, to me, they are unofficial releases, but for me, I've always equated bootleg with like an unofficial recording, like a live concert. And I know it's probably just technical terms. So I always call them unofficial releases because they're studio albums that have been unofficially released. They are bootlegs, but anyway, my mind. And I kind of thought she would push back because of the Walmart excursion in my last video. She was there and she saw me buy $100 worth of records at Walmart. And she's like, sure. And so whatever. So we went there. She took me to the record store and I went in. I knew he had some things that he had shown and I've seen people show them on Facebook. And I knew they're out and I knew I wanted them. I just didn't know if I would have them available there because it had been a couple months when he showed them. Take a chance. Whatever they got, they got. I hadn't been there, it feels like, in months. I mean, whenever my last video was, but has to have been quite a few months ago. So went over there and told him I was coming and went in and they had what I wanted. So I was able to grab the unofficial, the reissue of the Ratt Infestation. Pretty high quality done. It's got a nice inner sleeve with pictures. And, it's almost an exact replica of the album that you can't touch now for extra without paying hundreds of bucks. It's in a dark, foresty green looking color. Kind of matches the album. Now, the thing that made me kind of brought this to mind is Saturday morning before we were doing yard work, I don't know, I sat down in the morning, I was maybe having some coffee or something, and was watching YouTube and pulled up there's a channel that I watch on 80s metal. And the most recent video they posted like a day or two before that was Bobby Blotzer. And he was talking about the band and the breakup and the fights and yada yada, but he was also talking about the recording of this album. And I thought, I really need to pick up that unofficial release of that because I'll probably never get the original. And it kind of put in my mind, maybe I should go do that today. And so that's why I mentioned it to my wife. I'm like, I just heard about it. Bobby's talking about it. He also mentioned Detonator and the struggles between this. And this was also an unofficial release that came out a couple months ago. And I thought, I wonder if he'd have both of them. And he did. And this is, again, this one's on red. One of the unofficial releases, it's really pretty nicely done. Inner sleeve, it says Atlantic and everything on it, which, not real, but got insert. Pretty high quality stuff. I'm pretty sure it's a digital transfer, but hey, it sounds really good and it cranks up on the thing. Those are the two main things. He did have, not an unofficial release, but he did have the Mickey Ratt album. I almost bought that because it's been on my wish list for a year or more, whenever it came out on vinyl. And that's the re-recording that Stephen Pearcy did. And he went in and there's all kinds of people, George Lynch and all of them from Dokken. It's got some other people, and they basically recreate the older Mickey Ratt, pre-Ratt songs, some of which did not make it to Ratt, some of which did make it to Ratt. So, but I didn't buy that because I found a couple other things. Another unofficial release. I went ahead and grabbed this. I've watched it and seen it online, and I've seen it go for different prices, and it was usually more than I wanted to pay. And this is probably $5 more than I wanted to pay. But I thought, if I keep ignoring it, it's going to go away. It's supposed to be like a Brazil type import, whatever. It's got the Vinnie Vincent superimposed on there. I mean, it looks like it's valid, but, and they do that because even though Ace Frehley was on the cover, they say he didn't really play on the album. It was mostly Vinnie Vincent, so they put that off, and this is purple. It's got an insert with the lyrics. No other credits, just the lyrics. It is nice because this is one of the only unofficial releases I've seen recently that has a poly-lined sleeve. And the back is pretty straightforward. There's no credits or manufacturing or any information on it, so you really don't know when, where, or how it came out. This one being a little different than the ones I've seen on Discogs is that it's got a different label. The record company, 128482, they do a bunch of unofficial releases, but the other editions of this I saw on Discogs did not have that. So this must be a repress with a different label on it. So, but I want to go ahead and grab that. And then while I was under Kiss, I mean, this guy has a lot of Kiss bootlegs, unofficial stuff, demo stuff. I mean, I could probably spend my next 2 paychecks just buying some of the stuff that's in there, and concerts, and you know, it's full of it. But this was in there under Kiss, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, I can't believe you bought that." Paul Stanley Soul Station. Had it on my wish list for a long time. Was watching it on Amazon, hoping it was going to go down. It was always in the upper 20s, and I was hoping it was going to drop at some point, like they do on Amazon sometimes. And boom, all of a sudden, you know, it'd be $15, $16, $17, and I'd buy it. But no, it never did. It went from being in the 20s to being not available at Amazon anymore, and now you get it through third parties, and it's $30 plus. And so it never seemed, that I could tell, it never really seemed to drop below the upper 20s. And I'm like, weird. And they had it at Best Buy for a while in the upper 20s, and I didn't buy it, and now it's gone. So everywhere I was looking, I was not finding it. And so lo and behold, he had it there. It was under Kiss, and it was under $25. And I thought, well, I'm not going to, you know, it's a double record set. I'm not going to ignore it. You got Paul Stanley, you got Eric Singer, you know, and you got all these soulful hits, remakes, and some extra, not extra, but, you know, some originals also. Yeah, it's not Kiss. Yeah, it's not hard rock. But, I mean, almost every one of these songs that was being covered on here are songs that I grew up listening to that still get played on the radio that I know. You know, if you grew up with a diverse radio station and you listened to these soul songs were going to be on there. I've seen the videos. I knew it sounded good. I finished listening to this album again this morning and loved it. It's soothing. It's relaxing. It's a different thing. It's a great album. Songs I know. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to poo-poo the idea. I'm a Kiss fan. I'm a Paul Stanley fan. I'm a fan of this kind of music too. And I don't have any of it on vinyl, so now I do. And it's just great. So I had no problem. And again, for the price, I had to buy it. So I went ahead and got it. Now, he had so many other albums, and it's just, he had both of the Warrant unofficial releases. He had the Van Halen, the triple one, but man, that was like $70-something. So yeah, this is a place I would go to get, to where I got all the other Van Halen unofficial releases, the Pantera, all of those. You know, he gets them, he's able to get them. The price that he has them for, maybe a couple dollars more than some of the places. I used to get them online, but I can't find them online anymore at these places. So anyway, I'm fine with doing local businesses, you know, it's not bad. So yeah, that was great. That was a little Saturday excursion, and picked up some of the must-haves that I'll probably never find original presses of. And so for now, I've got these unofficial releases, and they are just fine with me. That's all for now, though. I'll be back eventually, and I'll have some fun then. Rock on.